What's going on, y'all? It's Locks. Today we got another prize picks video for you guys, and I hope you guys have been telling the last two videos. We have gone 7 out of 7 in the last 2 days in our props. 2 days ago, we gave you guys that 4-man video, went 4 out of 4. Yesterday's video, we gave you guys that 3-man, went 3 out of 3. So again, let me know if you guys have been benefiting off these plays down below in the comments and have been cashing. I'd just really like to see if it's actually been helping you guys out. So we're looking to give you guys a nice little 4-man on today's video for this Wednesday, January 29th NBA slate. Got a huge board. So again, a lot of players to choose from. Love all these player props I got and cooked up for you guys. So with that being said, looking to keep this little run going that we got going on. Been super hot recently. So again, before we get into those, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to those post notice turn on. Again, the picks have been going crazy. So just mean the world to me if you guys could really help me out, grow my content channel, and just get it out there to more people. And it takes 1 second down below. And again, if you guys haven't joined the free Discord link in the description of this video, if you guys haven't joined already, it will be down there. It's just where we'll be posting like extra player props, announcements, whenever the videos drop and whatnot, our player of the days. Even if you guys can't make it to the video, it will all be posted up in there still. So again, if you guys haven't joined already, completely free. Link will be down in the description. And with that being said, enough talking. We're going to go ahead and hop out of the props that I love on the board for today's Wednesday slate. As you guys can see, so many games to choose from. I believe Prize Picks doesn't have all of them up right now at the moment, but again, I did find some early value right now. So with that being said, our player of the day in today's video is going to be Evan Mobley over his points and assist line at 17.5. Now this dude all season has been going crazy, as you guys can see so far. He's covered this line 70% of the time throughout the 40 games that they've had this season. Now recently he's had a little struggle. Had some tough matchups though. Houston, OKC, and then Detroit. This game was a blowout though, so it didn't really mean nothing. Obviously, Detroit's not that very good defensively. Cleveland versus Detroit, obviously it's going to end up in a type of blowout situation. But the other two games that were against really tough teams, number 1 in the Western Conference, and then I believe Houston's actually number 2 in the Western Conference as well. So again, the top 2 teams had a tough matchup right here. But I feel like this is a very good bounce back game against the Miami Heat. As you guys can see, against opposing centers, they're ranked 12th and 14th in points and assists allowed, give around 18 and almost 4 a game. So I believe this should be a very good line for Evan Mobley to just come back and get his usual. As you guys can see, he was going well over this line every single time, and he's really a matchup type of guy. And again, this is a very good matchup. His minutes have also been consistent at 30. Plus, his shot attempts at around 12, shooting 56%, and his potential assists has almost been at 6. So again, if you're seeing that much volume and his line is only at 17.5, again, I feel like this is a very good one for him. As you guys can see, despite these tough matchups where he didn't even take that many shots and shot poorly, I believe he should get back to his usual 12 shots he's been taking. So this one should be a very good game. And the part that I really like about this play, as to why it's my player of the day, is Evan Mobley has exceeded 17.5 points and assists in 5 straight games for his bottom 10 defenses for assists allowed, averaging 26.2 points and assists. Again, mind you, his line is only at 17.5, so that is 9 over in 5 straight games against similar teams defensively, like he's going against in the Miami Heat. If we look at these last 5 games, as you guys can see, he's went well over every single time, and it hasn't been close. 23, 29, 26, 32, and 21. And again, these are all teams similar defensively like the Miami Heat. So again, this should be a very good bounce back game just from the way he's been improving so far this whole season. I believe this should be a very good game coming off these little struggles that he's had in really tough matchups. And also, if we look at his resume against these guys, I feel like it really doesn't do him justice. These two were from last season. Obviously, he's improved significantly. His minutes weren't even crazy as well, 25, 21. Didn't take nearly as many shot attempts, 7, 6. And then the one game this season, I believe he got injured or something, only 11 minutes, and then 4 shot attempts taken. But again, if we compare that to his recency, his numbers have definitely been up throughout the whole season alone. So again, recently he's been really just thriving against teams defensively related to Miami Heat, averaging 26. Again, if his line's only at 17.5, I feel like this one's a no-brainer, and I believe Evan Mobley should have a good time in this matchup, being able to cover this line easily. So with that being said, not really much else to explain on this play, but our player of the day in today's video is going to be Mobley. If you guys are new to the channel, we give you guys a player of the day in every single video. Those are the ones I'm most confident in, and I believe that which I believe should have the best chance of hitting. And again, if you guys don't take anything from today's video, I'd always recommend the player of the days. And in that case, Evan Mobley is going to be our player over that 17.5 points in assist line. So that is our first player in today's video. With the second player, we're going to be rocking with Karl Anthony Towns, Cat over his points and assist line as well at 28.5. Now, if you look at his last 10 games, he's gone 50-50 splitting on this line. He's had some tough matchups, though, as you guys can see. OKC Thunder twice, which obviously are the best defensive team in the whole NBA. And then these recent 2-1s were blowouts. So, again, this was a 20-point game. This was almost a 40-point game. He didn't play nearly as many minutes, 27 and 32. If you guys know this Knicks coach, he loves to play starters, even if like they're tired and whatnot. He'll just play them through the roof, just run their minutes crazy. So again, this should be a very competitive matchup against the Nuggets and Knicks. I feel like this is a very evenly type of environment. This should end up being a nice, close, high-scoring game. The projection on this game, like the over and under, is like 239.5, and the spread's almost like minus 5.5 or something. So again, a lot of offense to be scored, and it should be a close competitive game. And in that case, whenever we see competitive games, his minutes definitely are crazy because this Knicks coach does love to play the starters so many minutes. So I believe this should be a very good line. I feel like his last 10 games doesn't do him justice. Again, 2 of them are against the top team, and then these 2 are blowouts. So realistically, that 50% should be kind of different compared to what we see on the actual stats. If we look at Denver defensively against opposing centers, I would consider Cat more of a power forward, but obviously they do call him a center, just the way he is on the roll of this Knicks team. They're at 20th and 29th in points and assists allowed, giving around 19 and 4.3 a game. Power forward position, they gave 21 and 4 a game. So again, a nice combined total of around 40 points. And I believe the majority of those should be able to come from Cat, especially if he's playing that many minutes and seeing that much volume. The assists should be there as well. Again, a total of 8 right there. It's only a couple over his actual like points line. So again, I think this is a very good one. In his last 10 games, he's been taking around 18 shot attempts a game, averaging over 52% shooting, and then again almost 5 potential assists. So I feel like this is a very good line. And then Karl Anthony Towns has exceeded 28.5 points and assists in 5 of his last 6 games. Were bottom 10 defenses for assists allowed, averaging 33.5. Again, that is 5 over his actual line against similar teams like the Denver Nuggets. I believe the only time out of these ones that he didn't cover, it was against this Atlanta Hawks team. Again, it's a very fast-paced team. So again, he's a big man. Obviously, he's not going to thrive in that type of matchup. But despite that, he's gone well over every single time in other environments. And Denver Nuggets, obviously, they're a pretty slow-paced team, so I believe Karl Anthony Towns should also benefit more on top of that, just with them being super vulnerable to that opposing center position. It should be a very good line for him to cover. Again, his consistency on shot attempts taken as well recently. As you guys can see, he's been averaging that 17.6 shot attempts a game, and he's definitely going to get his shots up. As you guys can see, it's damn near like a straight line. So again, it's going to be a guarantee that we see his shots up, and he should have a good chance of being able to knock those down. Actually, like I just mentioned, just having that easy matchup. Now, if we look at his head-to-heads against these guys, I feel like this one actually doesn't do him justice as well. All these games on the Minnesota Timberwolves, again, his volume is definitely not the same. It's a whole different environment. His shot attempts are very different as well. But if we look at his one matchup against these guys, whenever he is on this New York Knicks team, he had a total of 34 points and assists right here, which we'd love to see, and that was this season. So again, I feel like this should be another very good game out of Cat, and his usage in this type of game should be up there as well. So that being said, our second player on today's video is going to be Towns over that 28.5 mark right there. That is my second player on today's video. With the third player on today's video, we're going to be looking at Benedict Mathurin over his points and assists line as well at 14.5. I feel like this is a very good line for him as well. Last 10 games, he's gone over this on 60% of the time. And he's also a very consistent player at getting damn near close to this line. The only time he didn't was against this matchup against Philly. But despite that, as you guys can see, he typically gets around like 12 guaranteed. This one, he got hooked by 0.5, but it was a blowout against the Spurs. This game was pretty much a blowout against the Chicago Bulls. And then this game, a tough matchup for him, and pretty much a blowout against the Miami Heat. So this one should be a good game, though, against the Detroit Pistons. Pretty evenly matchup, and a lot of offense for total points scored in this game is projected as well, which we'd love to see on these picks. If we look at Detroit against opposing shooting guards, they're ranked 10th and 5th in points and assists allowed, around 26 and 5.6 a game. Point guard, they give around another 23 and 7 a game. So again, he kind of fluctuates from that spot. So almost a combined total of 50 points and like 12 assists. So again, his line's only at 14.5, though pretty low in my opinion. In his last 10 games, he's been taking 12 plus shot attempts, shooting 50%. And again, his line is super low. Been seeing 3.9 potential assists. So again, if he has that much volume, I believe this should be a very good line for him to hit. And the part that I really like about this play as to why I added it in this video is he has a great resume against this team specifically. As you guys could see so far in the season, there are two head-to-heads that they had against each other. They were both very good games. This one was actually a blowout in favor of Detroit. I believe Indiana just kind of flopped in this game. But he had 20 and 17 in both matchups so far this season, going well over it. And then last season, he went 3 out of 3 as well against these guys. And he was even like seeing that much volume compared to the way he's been seeing this season as well. So that's kind of what we'd love to see right there, that little increase in just higher ceiling on these type of plays. And I believe this should be another very good game for him to be able to cover this line. So not really much else to explain on this play right here. But with that being said, Benedict is going to be our third player on today's video over that points and assist line at 14.5. And then with the last player on today's video on the other side of the ball in this Detroit versus Indiana Pacers matchup, we're going to be back with Asar Thompson. Obviously, we've been seeing his brother a lot recently, just going crazy. Now, I feel like he's pretty underrated recently so far this season. His numbers have definitely improved compared to last season. I believe he was like the better brother or whatnot, but that's kind of relevant to what I'm saying. But again, he's actually been pretty solid this season so far. If you look at his last 10 games, he covered the line 70% of the time. Now, he had a really tough matchup against the Cleveland Cavs. Obviously, it was a blowout. They only had 91 points, and he only had a total of 2 points and assists right here. But I believe he should bounce back in this type of environment. He took 6 shots, shot 0%, which is pretty unfortunate. But despite that, if we look at his other games, he averages around 7 shot attempts, shooting 53%, and then almost 4 potential assists. And his line is only at 10.5. I feel like that's very low in my opinion. If you're taking that many shot attempts and seeing 4 potentials, again, he literally has to knock down half of these just to cover with his points alone, which I believe he could do. As you guys can see, majority of the time he actually ends up getting down at this line or even covering with just the points. So I feel like this is a very good line for him. If we look at Indiana defense against opposing small forwards, which he does play, they're ranked 11th and 26th in points and assists allowed, around 20 and 4.2 a game. And again, I feel like this is a very good matchup where he has a great resume against these guys as well. If we look at his last 4 head-to-heads, the only time he didn't cover was in this blowout. Again, they got blown out, or they blew them out the water actually. So I believe someone else did a lot of the work in this matchup. Only took 5 shot attempts and made one of them shooting 20%, which we typically don't see from this guy. But despite that, he's gone over this line every other game. And the part that I really like about this play is Asar Thompson has exceeded 10.5 points and assists in 4 of his last 5 games with bottom 10 defenses for points allowed, averaging 12. Obviously, that's not like that much over, but again, he does thrive in these type of matchups. This game, he only took 5 shot attempts. So as long as he takes those 7 shot attempts, I feel like he should have a great chance of being able to exceed this line, which he does against similar teams defensively. And I believe this should be another very good game coming off of this terrible game that he had against the Cleveland Cavs. Obviously, though, it's for a reason. They're one of the best teams in the NBA. So I believe this should be a nice bounce back game for Asar, and I believe he should be able to have a nice time scoring in this type of environment. So with that being said, our last player on today's video is going to be Asar Thompson over that points and assists line at 10.5. And that's my last player on today's video for this Wednesday, January 29th NBA slate. So these are my 4 players I'm rocking with. Again, Evan Mobley is the player of the day over that 17.5 points and assists. Second player, Karl-Anthony Towns over that 28.5 points and assists. Third player, Benedict Mathurin over that 14.5 points and assists. And then last player, Asar Thompson over that 10.5 points and assists. So these are my 4 that I'm rocking with. Again, you guys can mix and match these however you guys want. Take whichever information that I gave you guys on today's video and use it whatever you guys believe is best for your own benefit. I told you guys my favorite one on today's video, and or even just tell it straight up. Nice little 4-man, which I'm be rocking with personally. Again, our players have been super hot recently, so hope you guys been telling those ones, and these are my 4 that I'm rocking with on today's video. So with that being said, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. Again, please drop that like and subscribe with those post notifications turned on. Just mean the word to me. Been grinding, give you guys some bangers, and hope you guys been winning money off of me and my channel, my content. And with that being said, that's all I got. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and let's see today.